Hey, good people, how you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of NextLevelGuitar.com. Thanks so much for joining us today. And today I have 3 killer devices and licks that you can use throughout your playing, whether you're playing in blues or blues rock or any format. These are great devices that you can assimilate across all your playing and make them your own, right? And hey, if you got a second, please click that subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. Then we can let you know when we have new lessons out, and put a comment in the comment box below. Let us know how you like this lesson, or let us know other lessons you want to hear or learn, things you want to learn about, right? Click the like button. And subscribing to the channel really helps us keep the content coming, and we really appreciate that. Thank you. We're playing today in the key of E minor, and we're playing over a jam track that's basically an E minor to a B minor chord. Just a 2-chord change, that's it. And it's always so important when you're jamming over a track to know the chords you're playing over, right? Because the chords are going to give you the full roadmap to what you can use solo and improvisation wise. And playing over jam tracks is just an invaluable tool to really hone your lead guitar skills to a sharp point, right? And I'll tell you how you can get this jam track later, because I'm going to give it to you for free. So the key is E minor, and what I was doing in the intro was I was using E minor, pentatonic, and blues, because whenever you're soloing in minor key, 95% of the time you can use E minor, pentatonic, and blues over all the chords. And I was also using the E natural minor scale, and I was using the B natural minor scale over the B minor chord. So you have some choices. You can play over both chords with the same scale, like E minor pentatonic or E natural minor. That's what I call playing what relates to all. Or you can play over each chord independently, and that was a little bit of what I was doing. Over the E minor chord, I was using E minor pentatonic, E natural minor. Over the B minor chord, I was using B natural minor, B minor pentatonic. B Dorian would work too. Dorian sounds great over minor chords. But let me show you those licks and devices that I think you'll really find interesting. So here's a couple of the scale positions. You probably know, like E minor pentatonic in the box position here at the 12th fret. You can very easily make that E natural minor. Okay, and also you can use B minor pentatonic over the B chord in the box position. Just move everything down to the 7th fret. And B natural minor. And I was also playing this B natural minor scale. So there's a lot of different things that you can cover with just a few scales, right? Okay, so a couple of the devices that I was playing. You know, it's so important, not just knowing your scales vertically, but knowing them across the neck, right? On single strings is really useful, and it's a great device that you could throw into your playing. So the notes in an E natural minor scale are E, F sharp, B, A, B, C, and D. So knowing them this way is really important, right? So let's just pick out the B string. I have an E note here at the 5th fret. Then I have F sharp at the 7th. I have G at the 8th, A at the 10th, all on the B string, right? And then I have B at the 12th, C at the 13th, D at the 15th, E at the 17th, right? So just knowing that. That's really cool. And because we're in the key of E minor, we have this open E string. So why not use it, right? So all I was doing in that one lick, and this is a cool device that you could use in whatever key you're playing, especially with the open string, like if you're playing in the key of E, or if you have B, or the G string, if you're in G minor, you could use those open string drones, right? So all I was doing was taking this scale across the neck, but I was adding that open high E string. And you get this real haunting kind of different sound that's totally cool, right? And you could mix up that. Where I was skipping a note and going back. You could just run it right up. You can go back and get the D note. Get the C note too if you want it. So that's a killer device that you could throw in and have fun with. Over the B chord, you could kind of do the same thing in B natural minor, just use the open B string, right? So it's stuff that's different. You know, I don't want to just keep showing you the same licks. I'd rather show you these devices that you can create hundreds of licks from and use across all your playing. Try it over the jam track. Practicing over jam tracks is an invaluable tool, right? You got to have the musical context to try these things, so you have rhythm behind you, and where you could really, you know, have an open track to really weave a good solo in and out. So if you want this track that I'm playing over throughout this lesson, click on that link below, and I'm going to send you this track and 5 more in different keys so you can practice these devices and licks in other keys. I'll send you 6 killer jam tracks and 2 coinciding ebooks. And in the ebooks, I go over the tracks one at a time, teach you what to try over them. I call it my jam track coach. Why it works, so you can learn a little bit more about soloing. And then I also have all the scales diagrammed out so you can see them out on paper. And that's really nice to kind of have that visual on paper, have it in front of you. And I'll send it to you for free too. Just click on that link below. Another cool device that you could do is kind of do some chord-based soloing. So what I was doing there was I was playing an E minor triad or E minor arpeggio over the E minor chord, and then I was moving it to B over the B chord, and that sounded like this. And then over the B chord, I switched to B. Okay, so all I was doing there was I was playing this E minor triad, right, as a chord. And all a triad is, the minor triad, just 3 notes, right? And minor is root, flat, third, and fifth. So you could find this anywhere on the neck in any key. Just put your second finger on the root note, in this instance E. So we'll do that on the 5th fret of the B string. And then go high E string on the 3rd and 7th. And there's your triad, right? Oh, and over B, just move the E up to the B, 12th fret B string. You want to play in C, just move it up to C, 13th fret. Right? But here, E minor, B minor. But also what I was doing, and you can do a lot with the triad, I was adding the notes on the lower strings. That's the whole arpeggio. E minor. There's the root note. 7th fret, A string. So I was getting those notes in there, especially on the G string at the 4th fret, the B note. And you get these cool sounding little chords. And mix them up, all just within that arpeggio. You can even throw in the high E string, right? And it works so nice, and it really sounds atmospheric. And then just move the whole thing up to the B over the B minor chord. Because it's the same exact shape, except your root note changes. Right? B, 14th fret A string. you throw in the open B string, right? So that's a cool little way that you could do chord-based soloing. And again, that's not just for this track, but you could do that over any minor chord, right? You could play that arpeggio or that triad. It's a great device. Thing that I really find interesting is to get some cool overtones when you're doing string bending, right? And you heard me play like this. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I'm actually bending up. If you consider this like E minor pentatonic and you're bending up, which is a great bend, you're bending that flat third or that G note up to the A. But then what I do is I catch the B string with my pinky. It's a little tricky at first, but you catch it underneath as you're bending up. Underneath that high E string. And then you hit both strings. And you get these cool overtones. Yeah, it sometimes might be a little out of tune, but it still sounds kind of cool, right? So it's not a precise thing, but it's great. Here I bend it up, sound that note. And then catch that under the B string of my pinky. And then I'm bending both of them. And you could do that at other places like I was doing it here. Where I'm bending at the 17th fret. And then I catch the B string. So you kind of do this with your third finger. Kind of flip it up a little bit to catch it. Under the fatty part of your fingertip. Try it. It takes a little bit, but you'll get it. And you have a lot of fun with that, right? And I get a lot of questions on gear, and when I'm teaching via video, I keep it really simple. I'm using a Paul Reed Smith USA electric guitars, mainly playing out of the rear pickup, and then I'm plugged straight into the front of a small 25-watt Paul Reed Smith Archon amp. I'm playing through the lead channel, and that amp is a 112, 25 watts. And all I have is effect. In the effects loop, I just have a little bit of reverb and a little bit of delay when I was playing in the intro. And I was using a Keeley Caverns pedal that has delay and reverb. It's a pretty cool pedal. And that's it. That's the sound. And then when I was teaching for instructional purposes, I turned the delay off because that's kind of annoying when you're teaching something to somebody and you have that delay ringing out, right? So there you have 3 really cool devices and licks that you could use throughout your playing. Lots and lots of fun. You'll get some different sounds, things maybe you haven't been accustomed to. Practice them, try them over that jam track. Don't forget, click on that link below. I'll send you that jam track plus 5 more, 6 jam tracks, and the 2 ebooks that are coinciding. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the like button. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know how you like this lesson. You know, clicking that subscribe button really helps us keep the content coming, and we really appreciate it. Go to our website, nextlevelguitar.com. There's over 2,000 lessons there. All styles of music, all levels of player. I'm David Taub, co-creator Next Level Guitar. You're the good people. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care. Remember, your playing is an evolution. We'll see you soon.